Hello everyone, welcome back. This episode of Bitcoin Trade, it's going through another chart analysis here, and maybe some news too, which I read some really good articles. So this is Bitstamp at a 6-hour time frame, and I restart my computer, so I have to redraw the lines. So you've probably seen something similar to this. And it's amazing how a bunch of lines can make a chart look like it makes a lot of sense. But I've always warned people, these lines only make sense because I put them there. Doesn't mean I don't know if they really mean anything, to be honest with you. So just keep that in mind. And so that's Bitstamp. Let me see. This is Bitsy on a 6-hour. See if I can. There we go. So 6-hour, and it's something similar to that. And then this is right here, Bitfin. Little Bitfin here. And got a little bit different look to it, but this particular chart has always been a little different that I've noticed anyway. So, and then last but not least, Coinbase here. So this is a Coinbase 6-hour time frame. Seeing something very similar to Bitstamp and Bitsy. So, but let me go back to Bitfin here real quick, and so what I'm noticing here is if you look at the price range, Bitstamp, Bitsy, and then Bitstamp, and then also, compared to Coinbase, well, here's all three of them. Look at the prices. They kind of flip-flop, go up and down. Sometimes a difference of like $10 at one point, from the highest to the lowest. And there could be some arbitrage play. Could be. The thing is, and I've kind of mentioned this several times, if they're all priced around the same price, that's when you want to, and if you have money in any of these, that's when you want to buy in to your Bitcoins, because they're all of equal value, almost equal value over at the different exchanges. And then as price starts to move, it kind of moves around a little bit. So when you're trading, you can choose between where the prices go, and depending how you want to play it. For example, Bitsy is higher in price, so sorry about that, it's not zooming in. Okay, there we go. Bitsy's higher in price, so you could do something with that price range versus a lower price sorry for zooming in, zooming out, which is for Bitfin, which is 477. So it's not much of a difference, but it's because mainly it's starting to settle. The prices are starting to how can I say this, come together again? Let me see here. They're all matching up. They're all pairing up, is what I'm trying to say. And one of the strategies that I use is that's when I like to buy all of them at the same time if I can, or set my limits to the point where they're all about the same, if I can figure that out. But that way when I buy in, I know I'm buying at the same price on all of these, and then as things starts to turn, or up or down. Um, I can play on the different prices, not by much, but that's a strategy. Um, Also, what I do is I also look at the prices between them, and that kind of gives me a good indication if they're starting to level or starting to go up or starting to go down, depending on how they all react with each other. So I'm seeing something very interesting. I'm seeing Bitstamp and Bitfin almost be in the same price range compared to Bitsy and Coinbase. And then if it's not that, then it's Coinbase and Bitstamp. This is always higher and this is always lower. That's what I'm noticing. I don't know if anybody else notices or trades like I do. I trade all the time, so I'm always paying attention to that. Sorry if this is just out of focus, in focus. Sorry about that. So let me just back out and just go over chart analysis real quick. So I kind of went over most of them, and then also I like looking at this too, because this is a 5-day hourly on Bitstamp, and it really helps me get an idea of where a trend is turning on the short term. So you can actually see the this, I guess, weighted average. Like this would be the 10 period. It's kind of going up and goes down, going up and goes down, and then you see it actually go up and stay up above it and make a nice little push, which it actually did. I had I guess this would have been this time frame would have been a really good time to buy. And if you set your stops or your limits, you made some good money. And obviously it just spiked up that high and came right back down, so there was probably a big sell order right there. But it came down and now it's just leveling. At this point, when I'm looking at this, because it's just not moving, it's kind of easy to see. Technically it's still a downtrend. Starts here, ends here, kind of goes down, but there could be a potential to pop up again, or it'll just keel over and just head on back down. So that's the problem with trading. You know, it's hard to say which one's which, but that's why you got to position yourself really well. Let's have a look at another. This is all getting bloody red, so let's just focus on the tops. The top one's right here. Push this. And so there you have it. There's the volume, and there are the prices. There's the 30 days. There's the average for them, and of course it's in the red. Which, you know, if you didn't realize it by now, if you just looked at this alone, you would realize you're in a downtrend. So that's another clue right there, downtrend. But hopefully there's an uptrend coming up, I guess, eventually. Let me see here. Let me share some articles I've been reading, which may or may not help anybody, but hold on here. Oh, okay, this is another article, CoinDesk, and this is like a long article, but I think it's worth reading because it's actually very enlightening on some of the things that may be going on inside America. It's a very long article, so take time reading it though, but a lot of great insight, and I'm assuming that's the person who got interviewed, and then there's the author, date, title, all that stuff. Or this could be a really good April Fool's joke. It is April 1st. Oh, okay, it came out pretty clear now. So it is April 1st. A lot of April Fool's joking going on. Something I was reading. But let's see what other news is coming up. And this article here is very enlightening. Kind of gives an, if it's true, it's really revealing about what's going on institutional financing, I guess, and that whole thing. So, wow, there's news just breaks so fast around here. Like this particular news, that's worth reading. Someone's, I'm kind of lucky. I'm not gonna have to deal with the this whole thing for last year, for this year's reporting. I'll have hopefully a whole year, and maybe I'll even extend it when it comes time next year. But I really have a feeling that by the time April comes around, you're gonna get a lot of people, or somebody's gonna try to make an attempt to challenge this. Maybe not, I don't know, but I think somebody is definitely going to try to do something. So by the time I do anything, I should have a good idea of how I'm going to do it. So if not, I mean, there's a whole year where I can figure out the best way to do this. So, and then I do have some comments on this particular, the news that comes out. It's amazing. I do have a Coinbase. I've mentioned it in my previous episodes, but I read this article and I did notice something on my receiving money or receiving Bitcoins and stuff like that. I had an issue where, not really an issue, but I did notice that there were names associated with incoming Bitcoins. And I thought that was weird because I sent the Bitcoins, I sent from one wallet to a Coinbase wallet, and when it showed up in my Coinbase, it had a name. When I'm like, whose name is that? I sent it from my wallet to here. How did it show up as someone else's name? It was kind of weird. I think this kind of article touches on that. So there's something to this. I have to admit it. Let me see what other stuff. Oh, this April Fool's stuff. This is a good article. If you just want some interesting stuff to read. But yeah, Bitsy did, when I logged into Bitsy, just to see the information, the chart, and everything, what's going on, it came up upside down. So that was a good April Fool's. I thought they were hacked and whatnot. And that's the article I was talking about before. So like a lot of crazy stuff is going on. I'm telling you, 1 week feels like half a year. It's not even, and it's April 1st, which is April Fool's. So a lot of stuff going on there. So anyways, let me go back to the charts. Okay, so let's see what's gonna happen here. Let me back up here so everyone gets an idea of how far we have to look back. So I gotta go back to the daily, and so if you've seen my previous episodes, you'll see that I made some lines here. This is the pivot area. So from here to back here is all the hard resistance it's been hitting here, here, and here, and just here. That hasn't been able to go up. Some of these other lines are from this point to this point right here, and that's kind of where I'm seeing this drop kind of just follow. Before I had something here, but obviously that's not very good. It's not really valid either. But I think it's just going to follow this until maybe it comes down closer to this price area of 400 to 420 to 40, where it was before. It may bounce around here. If you're lucky, you may hit 420. I don't think it actually go down to 400, but it'll probably go down to 420 here, and then work its way back up. Because what I've been hearing is, I guess from another comment. Let me go to a comment here. Excuse me one moment. I did have someone make a comment here. I'll share it. Okay. So we had a viewer make a comment here about, let me see, I was interested in what you were saying about 440 and the miners. Looks lime, but I'm sure he said looks like you were right. Was definitely a buying op. I guess it's like in the real world with gold, if they can't sell it for more than it costs to produce, they simply stop mining, which restricts supply, which drives up price. This way gold can't go below 1100, which I bought, like you said. More ups and downs for now on, I think. Okay, so now that's kind of what I've been saying, but unlike, you know, mining for gold, with Bitcoins, the miners keep mining. Okay, they just keep eating those Bitcoins. It's not like they stop mining, but what they do is they stop selling. They stop putting Bitcoins out to market, because I guess ultimately miners have control. The people actually have, you know, the servers or those computer things, mining rigs. They ultimately have control in some way on prices. I think, I believe so. I mean, they can really just say, I'm not selling my Bitcoins anymore. Just depends how long they want to go without, you know, cash flow. So that may, you know, support some price. Now, what I've noticed is these are usually like a spike down and they bounce back up, spike down and they bounce back up. This is a little different in that this is not a spike down and a rise back up. This is a gentle landing, I guess. I don't know how to say it. It's a gentle landing. So I guess what this whole thing has been saying is between this range is where it's going to land, and from that point on, maybe in a more non-volatile way like this. Although this was fun to ride, I'll tell you that much. When the next one of these come around, expect a lot of kind of this action afterwards. But when this comes back around, which I do think it will happen, because, well, let's see if it'll go back far enough. There you go. Okay, so if you go back far enough, I mean, if you look at this, and even if you went back further than that, you'll see these little spikes and people are amazed, like, wow. And then the next spike is even bigger until you get to this spike. But if you just put it in, I don't know. I've been saying this before. As time goes on, it'll just exponentially just explode, and it'll do that from time to time based on usage and volume, and some other factors. But let me see. I'll just go back here to maybe to 12, or was it daily? Yeah, daily. Okay. So I think my point is, I think this is a better way of having this to be a support, and then working maybe back up to have it go back up, and maybe instead of a downtrending trend, it's a more of a uptrending where it's going to be bouncing up on a resistance, on an upward resistance instead of a downward resistance. So hopefully, if that happens. If not, then just expect more down. I don't know what to say, but ultimately, we can't. Miners have control. All they have to do is stop selling and see how long they can hold out. But eventually, the price will go back up because there's only so many Bitcoins out there. As it becomes harder and harder, and more people are gonna either use this for payment, or for investment, or for trading, or for collateral, or for insurance, or a hedge. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. They could do anything they want with it. In some aspects, it doesn't even matter what the price is, because you're just buying X amount of more Bitcoins to, I don't know, whatever you're used to investing. Some people invest $100 at a time. Some people invest 1,000. Some people invest 10,000. That's whatever their investment. Let me see. How can I say this? Their investment risk tolerance, I guess. How much can they tolerate risk in their personal cash flow? So it all depends on the individual. So anyways, I hope this helps. I hope it helps you. What can I say? Anyways, this concludes this episode. Please enjoy. I highly recommend. Let me see if I can find this again. Let me see here. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you for watching, by the way, and appreciate the comment. Feel free to comment in the future, but I highly recommend reading this article. Let me see. It's on CoinDesk. I get a lot of really good Bitcoin news from CoinDesk. So that's what I pay attention to. Anyways, read this article. This is really informative. It talks about a lot of things that I've kind of been talking about. But it gives a lot of more, I guess, inside information, if that makes sense. But then again, it is April 1st. April Fools, I don't know. So, I don't know why everything has to happen on April 1st. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me end it here. And stay tuned for the next episode. Oh yeah, don't forget to comment, like, dislike. Even if you want video response. Till then, stay tuned. Bye.